Logan opened the office door with a loud bang. He looked very angry. He shouted at everyone, "I will fire you all. You are not doing your work." His voice was very loud. The workers were scared. Logan was the boss, but he did not know how to run the company. He was making many bad decisions. The company was losing money, and he did not understand why. Instead of thinking about his mistakes, he blamed the workers. He said they were lazy and useless. This company was not his own. It was given to him by his uncle. His uncle had worked hard for many years and made the company successful. When his uncle retired, he gave the company to Logan. Logan was already 40 years old, but he never had a proper job. He had failed at many things in life. When he got the company, he thought it was his big chance. He wanted to show people he could be rich and smart, but he did not change. The company worked only because of his uncle's hard work in the past. Logan started acting strange. Sometimes he did not come to the office for many days. Then he would return and get angry. He would fire workers without reason. He thought he was doing everything right, but things were going worse every day. On one morning, he shouted at everyone, and then he said he was going on a trip. He had taken the last money from the company bank account to go to the beach with his girlfriend Madison. The accountant was shocked when she saw the account was almost empty. The accountant went to him and said, "Logan, there is no money left. We must pay workers soon." But Logan shouted, "Work harder. Don't cry for your salaries." He did not want to listen. She told him, "The office is also dirty now. There is no cleaning lady." He replied, "Why should I care?" She reminded him, "You fired the cleaning lady last time because you got angry at her." He had forgotten that. She added, "You also fired the HR manager. That's why we can't hire new people now." Logan stood quietly for a moment. He realized he had made many people leave, but he didn't want to say sorry. He just said, "Nobody respects me." Then he left the office and went to Madison. He told her everything. He gave her the money. She said, "Okay, I will pay for our hotel." He said, "Is that all?" "This is a lot of money." She replied, "Don't expect too much." "It's not that much." He got angry again. He said, "The workers are useless. Now they want a cleaning lady too." Madison listened and then smiled. She said, "Logan, I have an idea. You should find a very scary cleaning lady. Maybe someone from prison." Logan looked shocked. "What if she steals things?" Madison said. "Lock your room. If anything goes wrong, it's not your problem." He thought for a moment, then smiled. "That's a good idea. They want a cleaner. I'll give them one they will never forget." Logan went to the police station. He had a friend there. He asked for help. His friend said, "I know someone. She just got out of prison. She doesn't talk. She was in prison for 12 years. She killed her husband." Logan was shocked. "Why did she stop talking?" The officer said, "Maybe stress. She has not spoken since the murder." They brought her in. She looked quiet, wore a shawl, and looked down. She wrote everything on paper. When she heard she got the job, she smiled and wrote, "Thank you." Logan brought her to the office. He said, "Everyone, this is your new cleaning lady. Her name is Rachel. She just got out of prison. If she sees something wrong, she will tell me." Everyone got scared. Rachel just stood there silently. Logan said, "Take care of her paperwork. I'm going to the airport." He left. He felt very proud. He thought this was a clever plan. He believed the workers would now be scared and behave properly. but things didn't go the way he thought. Rachel was not scary. She worked quietly. She cleaned everything very well. She did not talk. She did not make trouble. In 2 days, the office looked beautiful. She even smiled at people. Everyone started to like her. She never cleaned Logan's room because it was locked. The accountant spoke kindly to her. She asked, "Do you like plants?" Rachel smiled and nodded. The accountant said, "There are extra plants next door. You can take care of them." Rachel wrote, "I love plants." Soon, there were green plants everywhere. Rachel watered them and cleaned their leaves. The office looked like a garden. Rachel looked happier. She started to change. One day, the women invited her for lunch. At first, she said no, but then she agreed. They made tea and talked. They said, "Sorry that you can't talk." Rachel smiled. She was happy. After many years, people were being kind to her. She was feeling human again. One worker, Abigail, said, "Rachel, why do you wear old clothes? You have a good body, but you hide it." Rachel wrote, "I have nothing. These clothes were donated after prison." Abigail smiled and said, "Tomorrow, I'll bring you some of mine." Rachel was surprised. That night, Abigail gave her a bag with nice clothes, jeans, shirts, and a simple dress. Rachel opened the bag slowly. She touched the clothes gently. Then she sat down and cried. These clothes were not just clothes. They were a gift of love. Rachel remembered her past. She was once a happy wife and mother. Her husband changed. He joined a strange religion. He became dangerous. One day, she came home and saw him trying to hurt their daughter with a knife. Rachel grabbed a heavy shoehorn and hit him again and again until he died. The court said she killed him with special cruelty. His parents hated her. They told lies in court. She got 12 years in prison. Her mother died while she was in jail. Her daughter was taken by the husband's parents. Rachel didn't try to get her back. She felt ashamed. She thought she was a bad mother. She lost everything. That's why she stopped talking. She didn't want to tell her story. She stayed silent in prison and after. She believed she didn't deserve love or kindness anymore. But now, things were starting to change, slowly. The next morning, Rachel came to the office in new jeans and a nice shirt. She even wore small heels. Everyone stared at her. Abigail said, "You look so beautiful." The accountant said softly, "Rachel, your silence is your choice, but we know you're not a bad person." Rachel looked at them. She waited. Then, in a soft voice, she said, "I can speak." Everyone went quiet. No one moved. Rachel said, "I chose not to speak, but you were kind. You treated me like a person. I will never forget that." Logan was still at the beach. He checked the office camera from his phone. He saw something strange. The office looked green and clean. Everyone was smiling. Then he saw Rachel in the middle of the group. She was wearing beautiful clothes and she was talking. He got angry. "This is not what I wanted." He threw his phone on the bed. He said, "I can't leave them alone for even 1 week." But Logan didn't come back soon, and Rachel didn't stay a cleaner for long. The workers helped her. They told the owner that Rachel was special. The company gave her a better job. She started working in the HR department. Everyone loved her. Slowly, Rachel smiled more and more. Then, something beautiful happened. A kind man began talking to her. He knew her story, but didn't care. He said she was brave and strong. Abigail did something very special too. She found Rachel's daughter. She told her the real story. The daughter listened. She cried and said, I want to see my mom. One evening, Rachel heard a knock on the door. She opened it slowly. Her daughter was standing there. Rachel dropped everything and hugged her. They both cried a lot. From that day, they never stayed apart again. Rachel got a new life. She had a good job. She had friends. She had love. And most of all, she had her daughter back. All of this happened not because she was strong, but because some kind people gave her a second chance. They treated her with respect, and that small kindness changed everything.